Hey YouTube, so I wanted to chat a little bit about my story, my history, where I'm going, and what's going on for all those of you who have been following me but no longer do, or do but don't know where I've gone. So, my history on YouTube is an eating disordered history. I spoke a lot about my bulimia, anorexia, binge eating, which culminated in a diagnosis of eating disorder not otherwise specified. A couple of years ago, probably about a year after I stopped posting on YouTube, or perhaps even more, I went into treatment. I went into a primary care facility for depression, primarily because I didn't want to be put in the eating disorder unit filled with anorexia, because at that time I was plumper, to put it politely, and I couldn't have fathomed being in an eating disordered unit filled with anorexics, which to me wasn't a relatable experience. Anyway, after that, I went into a secondary care facility, which is a little bit more relaxed. However, I was there for 7 months. I had to learn how to eat again, how to nourish myself again, how to stop abusing diet pills, laxatives, and just generally learning to be kind to myself. So, my story is long and somewhat convoluted, and perhaps now is not the appropriate time and place to bring it up. But I want to focus a little bit on where I am now, where I'm going, and what my aim with this channel, or a channel that I'd like to create, is. So I've been studying psychology for the past couple of years. I just completed my master's in neuropsychology, which I hope to create video about, because I know neuropsychology is a little bit vague and not quite understood. It's a little bit fringe, particularly in some countries, as it certainly is in South Africa, where I come from. So I've started looking at things from a more, I suppose, scientific, medicalized, and evidence-based perspective, and integrating both what I learned in treatment and through my research um, into my life and dealing with certain issues that I was struggling with. So my thesis at an honors level was on denial and eating disorders. The irony, of course, does not evade me, but I think it was a research topic I was very much interested in, based not only on my own experiences but on the stories shared in the eating disorder facility where I was an inpatient. So I think, despite my eating disorder and depression and various other issues that I was struggling with, having consumed a good decade of my life, I think overall a lot of positive has come from all of that, particularly in the sense that I'm studying something I'm absolutely fascinated by. I mean, like, pretty much taken the most interesting part of the body, which is the brain, and zoomed in on that. So I've learned a lot. I'm so fascinated and passionate about the topic, and I think new advances in medicine, science, and technology have enabled us to understand certain mechanisms, both biologically and from a psychological perspective, and understanding how certain maladaptive behaviors are perpetuated. Anyway, enough technical jargon and talk. My good news for this year is that I'm actually starting a new degree. I'm starting a master's in clinical psychology. I'm very excited about that. I think for a long time it is what I wanted to pursue. However, I never felt healthy enough. I always felt like a fraud. I always felt that it would be ridiculous to embark on a career when I myself felt so broken and fucked up in many ways. But that being said, I've worked on myself a lot. I've been in therapy, and well, in and out of therapy, as is usually the case, but mostly in. I've learned a lot about myself, and I think generally I'm on a path of self acceptance and better health, which is great. So yeah, my idea about a new YouTube channel is something to do with neuropsychology, where basically the first few videos will be introductory, so an introduction to neuropsychology and what it entails. It might even just require one video, and then exploring various topics in neuropsychology, perhaps based on suggestions that people might have or be interested in. So topics I could do some research on and condense and present in a more sort of tangible format. So yeah, that's my hope for my new YouTube channel. I haven't given it too much thought, but I know I'll be super busy this year, so probably a video every month or two. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm quite keen to get involved in this medium, just because I think as much as I've learned from various YouTube videos, I'd like to give back a little bit in my own way, and I think it also facilitates my own understanding, because the amount of knowledge and information is so vast that sometimes condensing it and breaking it down and presenting it in a format that's interesting and also short and not too overwhelming facilitates my own understanding of things. So yeah, fun times. So it's freaking hot today, so I apologize for my plastered look, but thought I'd make a video. Just felt inspired to. I'm starting my new degree in Monday. Yeah, Monday. So not much free time left. It's been a good year, and I'm looking forward to next year. I hope to share some of things I learn and experiences I go along, because yeah, it's a cool thing to do. Yay, YouTube. Anyway, see you on the flip side, guys.